The Way of Will John.
It takes one sentence that can change your life forever. So while I was cooking, I was thinking to myself, when it's going to be the right time, when I'm going to do finally what I really want to do. Okay, I'm smart. I know this, I have all my degrees, but my heart is somewhere else. This is what I want to do in life. So the following day, I took whatever I cooked in the evening to my lab, and my professor, we were working on this very important paper for Nature magazine, which is a very big deal, in the scientific world. And I come to the lab, and the first thing he asked me is like, what do you have in your lunchbox today? And I was looking at him like, are you serious? We're working on this paper for Nature magazine, and all your concern is what I have in my lunchbox. So he says, no, to tell you the truth, I think you're wasting your time and future here.
Wow.
It was a very strange thing to say to someone who's a postdoc in your lab, working on a paper for Nature, which is, one of the best science magazines. And I said, what do you think I should do? And he said, you have to cook.
Mm.
So that's it. I decided that I'm going to just, sign up for MasterChef. Then we'll see what happens. If I win, then it's a sign from, I don't know, above that I should leave science. And this is what I did. I was doing my experiment that day. I put my bacteria into incubation, and I went to my bench and I just filled up the form and I applied for MasterChef. And
wow.
It was in 2014.
Uh-huh.
And I won.
That's insane, especially as a story. I mean, because you're one of those rare stories where, and I think this is I would actually call it an epidemic in a sense across society at large. You were being called to cook forever. And like you said, it was a childhood thing. And no matter how long, and your parents with their right intentions of wanting to keep you, get a good job, make sure you're taken care of, make sure our daughter has what she needs to survive in the world, which is there. But at the same time, it's never ever going to squash the inner call that someone has. And I think there's an epidemic in society where a lot of people will be in a very similar situation, and they won't have a supportive spouse, they won't have supportive people around them, and they might not ever do it. And there's still technically the danger that you might not have, had he not been watching MasterChef and maybe he had a bad day and was like, you're good, but it's not that good. And then the guy comes and, this is not that good. Who knows what would have pushed you towards that and delayed it another 10 years, 20 years. It's like, it's never too late, but I don't think everybody understands that your true happiness, I can only imagine now you must be infinitely more happier than you were before, right? And so,
I was raised to do, good, whatever I do. It doesn't matter if I'm doing science or food.
Yeah.
So actually, it's just some people choose sometimes to ignore the signs they get from life.
Mm.
And I really did not want to reach the point when I'm 60 or 70, if I'll reach 70. So lying on the couch thinking, but I did all my life what society expected me to do and not what I really wanted to do.
Mm.
And, we get only one chance and one cycle of life here, I guess. So we better make the best of it. And happiness is the key. I'm sorry, it sounds like a cliche, but if you're doing what your heart really likes and loves, then everyone who's surrounding you will feel it.